Hey, hey. If you're here, welcome. Be really interesting to see how many people show up to this. This is not a planned stream. Let me know if volume's low, high, any of that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Maybe one person's viewing. That's cool. If you're here, let me know. This was I didn't announce this stream. I didn't do anything like you're supposed to do if you're on YouTube. Like usual. But I have a huge amount of comics. Let's do that. Is that better? I have a huge amount of comics to unbox. Hey, what's up, Sackhat? Sackhat Leo in the house. Oh my God, we got a few regulars here. We got what was the name you wanted me to call you again? You wanted to call me you wanted me to call you a specific name. I can't remember what that is. We got our Hundreiser in here in the house. 91 represent GT Key comic with all the hand emojis, I think, except for one probably. But I don't. Is there a real emoji for that? For flipping the bird. So guys, I have a lot of stuff to unbox here, and yeah, you probably saw the thumbnail. I mean, there's a lot. So I'm just going to kind of get to it. And I'm sorry, there's going to be a lot of box opening. That's the only point of this video. I have a bunch of stuff that I've been letting pile up for a long time now, and I need to unbox it. And I figured, well, somebody probably wants to watch me do it. Vincent McLean, the comic machine. What up? Any chance we get an unboxing rant? Oh, there's always a chance. Always a chance, GT. Frank, that's right. Frank, can I call you Frank the Tank? Is that possible? Can I do that? How about this? This is from Worlds of Wonder. I don't know. eBay, maybe? Hey, what's up, buddy? Dude, you're at Swarmfest. What are you doing here? Okay, so we'll do a little packaging critique along the way. This was just in there loose in the mailer. Not a fan. Not a fan. And this is, you'll not believe that I bought this right before it kind of took off. Like right before it became a thing. What did I feel on there? Oh, there's a card on the back. Thor Annual number 11. First appearance of Etri, who Peter Dinklage made comments that maybe he's coming back. So I thought that was cool. I thought this was a really good price. It's in pretty good shape. There's a color breaking spine tick right there. Whatever. I mean, I got it for less than $10, and kind of people were talking about it for a while after that. Just got back to the hotel room, and just popped up. Awesome, dude. Well, that's good timing. How's Swarmfest going? I wanted to call it Coffin Con, which I think might be a cooler name, but Swarmfest is awesome. That's so cool. It's so cool seeing pictures of you guys together down there, all the sickos and the supporters of Billy. Billy's down in Arizona, so that's cool. Well, we got to find the topic first. Frankenstein's monster or Dr. Frankenfurter. I like Frank the Tank. Maybe I'm just a fan of old school. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Luckily, mailers aren't too obnoxious to open, and that's what most of these are. But some of these are like packages of comics, and if there's like a lot of bubble wrap and stuff, I'm sorry. Is the audio good? Is it loud enough? Can I turn it up? Let me know. I kind of move some things around, so I'm always like paranoid it's not going to look as good or sound as good. Okay, so this person used I can't remember the name. Oh, this is actually not a person. This is Unknown Comics, right? Eastside Comics, my bad. Eastside Comics sent me one of these comic book flip and ship mailers. And they used like cardboard insert. Yeah, first entry is pretty cool, huh? Thanks a lot, Vincent. I'm probably going to hate this. That's a random extra chunk of tape. Or no, that's not random. That's sorry. That was stuck to the front. I'm tired. You got to cut me a little slack. It's 10:49 my time here on the best coast. I mean the West Coast. Let me know what it is where you're at. Probably, I'm guessing for a lot of you, it's probably really late, but it's also Saturday. So far, it's been a life-moving experience. Wow. Being here, glad I showed up. It's something that you have to do once in your life, guaranteed. Oh, dude, for sure. I really want to do Sworn Fest. I would have loved to do it this year. It just wasn't in the cards for me this year. Eastside Comics, not a sponsor. Okay. So I usually hate. I'm glad to hear that, dude. That's really awesome. Dallas, hey, what's up from the land of the rising sun? What time is it over there? You're over in Japan. I'm awake. It's 11:49 because I'm in AZ. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I respect that about Arizona. Kim, I'm so glad you could make it. So how was your experience at Swornfest? I know you had the flight troubles, but I know you made it out there safe, which is awesome. I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah, but they taped. That's nice. So it's 4 p.m. Sunday afternoon in Japan. Hey, I watched your story video, by the way. Oh my God. Throw in your YouTube channel name because it's different than your name on here, right? Or is it changed to both now? I watched your story video you did about the pops. That was interesting. I watched it while I was trying to make sure my daughter actually went asleep and wasn't pretending to be a ninja and crawling out of her bed. It's a good 1 a.m. over in Chicago. Also, so Swornfest is, if you're familiar with Coffin Comics, which is the new home of Brian Pulido and Lady Death and La Muerta and a lot of cool characters over there. It is the convention they do for basically like their fans, and you have like Don McTeague out there, and these guys can tell you a ton of artists out there. Mike DeBalfo would be one I'd love to go get some signatures from. Mendoza, lots of people. And right now, Billy from Economics and Comics is out there, and Billy's fans are called sickos. And several sickos went out there to meet up with Billy. Kim, it's really appropriate that you're in here because one of these books will be appropriate for you, I think. Hey, Automatic Comics in the house. What's up, dude? I was just watching I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video, but I just watched the video you were in a little while ago. Go give Automatic Comics a follow. I'm trying to catch up with some of the YouTubers that I'm not as familiar with. I know there's a lot of great channels out there, and part of me tries to stay agnostic to some of that because I don't want to be influenced too much by other YouTube channels that are covering the same kind of content. But at the same time, there's a lot of great channels out there, and I really, really, really want to follow more of them and get to know them. So I was trying to check out some Automatic Comics because I've heard really good things, and so far I can see why. So these were some Eastside Comics exclusives for some G.I. Joe books. Can't remember the number off the top of my head, or the artist, and I threw away the invoice while I set it over there. But here's the one I really went after, and that's the one I think Kim will appreciate the most. That's really cool, Baroness. Try to get that in the light a little bit because it's a very dark cover. Love these Reppin covers. And this was Jean Jiang. That's right, Jean Jiang. So those are awesome. It's almost midnight there for sure. Dawn came running up to me and told me she loved my boots. That's awesome. Also meeting Billy, Joel, Kim, Collector P, and Man in person is great and awesome. That's so cool. Spending lots of money. Well, I mean, you go to a con like that and you definitely want to take advantage of it. Hey, we got Marvel Goddess 418 in the house. Definitely saw you hanging out in the chat the other night over on Journo's channel. Chris over on Chris's channel. That's always so confusing for me because I want to call him Journo's even though his name is Chris, and I get it, but for some reason I always associate the name Journo's first. Dinner was good. Where'd you guys go? Oh, did you get Chinese? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I saw your message above. It is the same channel name. So you go check him out, give him a follow. He does nothing but spread positivity. you know, if anybody's doing like a giveaway, or if anybody's doing like a, you know, like a act of kindness or something like that, or like trying to reach a channel goal, he helps kind of shout them out. It's really cool. I appreciate that. Rico's Raiders in the house. Always love seeing your comments, man. Thank you. He shipped it media mail. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Oh, you met Joel Gomez. He seemed like a really cool dude. I meant to highlight Kim's comment. He seemed like a really cool dude on the stream that Billy did on the Economics and Comics channel. Family style Chinese. I love, man. I miss that. Haven't been able to do that for a while. Things are, you know, I'm feeling like things are kind of returning to normal. Hey, speaking of, I was going to show you the label, but I don't really want to show off my address. People send me stuff to my PO box, but you know, privately message me and we'll talk about it if you want to. But this is from Economics and Comics, is what I was going to say. First time here. Recently found your videos. New to the hobby. Hey, thanks, Earl. I'm glad you were able to find the videos interesting enough that you'd want to pop into one of my live streams. This is different than what I normally do. But I just had this huge stack of stuff kind of piled up, and I said, yeah, I just got to open this stuff, and I'm just going to be sitting here opening it. Maybe I can talk to some people, and some people will jump in. I'm actually surprised that there's this many night owls out here with me. I've been super excited to see how well my latest video was doing that I uploaded this morning about just building a pile of mailers over there about top 5 not to buy 3 months later. That's my fastest to 1,000 views video. It happened in like 6 or 7 hours. I think it's the fastest I've had a video hit that. And it's already like on my side. It looks lower on your guys' side, but because YouTube always like vets the views or whatever, it's already at like 1,300 or something, I think, on my side, which is just amazing. So I appreciate that support from everybody. 6, says Simon. Night shift for life, right on. Okay, so we got little Rose Besh action. Draculina. Love the colors on that. Fighting my light a little bit for all the glare. I do apologize for that, but that is cool. Dodderman trading card variant. X23 variant. I do not know if this is X Lives of Wolverine or 10 Lives of Wolverine. All the new House of X Powers of 10 thing makes it hard to determine if they're using X as a Roman numeral or if they're using like X as an X-Men. But this is the 10 Lives of Wolverine. I think that's also Dodderman. He usually does those covers. Oh, Bartel cover. I guess I should, the rounded sort of style should sort of give that away. Definitely John Boy Myers. I get all these punchline variants, the B covers they've been doing for the Joker. This is Joker 12. And again, this is from Economics and Comics. You can go over and check out his store. I thought this was cool. This Dark Ages 5 with like, yeah, that's just a cool cover there. I'm so bad at like recognizing cover artists. Like a few of them that I love, it's pretty easy for me to pin down. Yeah, it's gotta be messing you up, Kim. Oh, cool. Thank you, Marvel Goddess. I appreciate it. And then here, Hulk 4, this book, definitely kind of a bigger one right now. Anything to do with Rogue, if it's not like a really lame cover, I'll pick it up. And I thought that was really cool. With the Gwen Stacy, I know they're doing all these, you know, Gwen crossover covers. That's really cool. Thanks, Billy, over at Economics and Comics. Okay, here's Unknown Comics. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to throw them out there. I know there's people, you know, just want to ask random questions. And sometimes if I'm in the middle of a rant or I'm talking about stuff they don't really want to interrupt, it's a great time to ask. Won't try to do too much shameless plugging, but do have, it should be in the description. It's in the description of all my other videos, at least. Link to my Discord if you want to come hang out and talk. It's a good place to do it. So this I picked up on their Whatnot. They shipped this crazy fast. This was like 2 days ago, I think I got this, and no one was biting on this. This is the Ryan Gonzalez Harley Quinn 1 in 25 for the Harley Quinn that just came out, And I have talking about Rogue, I have the Rogue cover that was for X-Men 1, that was the one in 25 that Ryan did, and that is just cool. I really like. I believe Ryan is a woman. I like Ryan's style, regardless of what their gender is. I like their style. Very cool. Oh, this is awesome. I know he won't be in here. He's on vacation right now, and he's not a night owl like me. This is from Starset. Starset is my favorite seller on Instagram. If you don't remember, or you're new to the channel, Starset's the one that sent me the Hulk 180 as an AOK. Yeah, Starset. Man, that I still can't believe that. I still can't believe that. What's this about? Oh, a little like shipping note or something fell out of there, I think. So got some painter's tape here. Yeah, I love that cover too. I'm a big Harley fan. I like most of the female heroes are like, my favorite character is Cyclops. And then after you get past Cyclops, it's probably Rogue. And then it's really hard. Like, I like Harley Quinn quite a bit. I like Supergirl. I like Power Girl, Batgirl. But I mean, I like a lot of other characters. I just like, I'm more of a character person than I am probably like a individual person. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't expect that. He basically let me know that the X-Men 60 was coming, but I thought maybe he was trying to throw me off. So hey, Mark is in the house too. By the way, I didn't actually say hi. I probably should have. Hi, Mark. Mark just got some stuff from me on Whatnot too, and was nice enough to post about it. You got the Moon Knight Raza variant. Lady Mechanica, cool. Jessica Cruz for sure, and then Spawn. Spawn I like a lot, and I like Jessica Cruz quite a bit. I actually have the first cameo, second cameo, and first as the Green Lantern. She's got, what's the first one's her hand or whatever. So I just got this lot of books from Starset, and no one was biting on them, and I am collecting these books, anything from this original run, and also later versions of the character right now, because this is okay. So people always say, oh yeah, it's easy for you to sit there and make these, what not to buy videos. Well, people don't always say that, but some people say that. And they're like, well, you don't even spec. Yeah, I do spec. But here's what I spec on. Stuff is coming that hasn't hit top dollar price yet. Kind of, it's the whole Wayne Gretzky puck quote. Don't be where the puck is, be where the puck's going to be. Well, who is definitely coming to the MCU, and Kevin Feige all but confirmed, which he never does, that both Richard Rider and Sam Alexander are coming? Nova. So I think I got these for less than $8, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. And I've gotten a bunch of Nova books from Starset as he's thrown them up. Isn't that a cool cover? And I can't even remember if any of these are keys, but I had like a couple graded number 1s. I have a few number 2s. I've just been picking up Nova books. And I'm not saying go out, run out and buy Nova books. I'm just saying, like, we know Nova's coming. It's going to happen. Why not? Why not buy him? So thanks a lot, Starset. I really wish he was here, but I don't think he is. Hoodwood Comics over on IG sent me this. And I'm gonna ping him after this, because this was a cool deal. And you guys want to, owning up to my FOMO. I talked about some of my FOMO concerning the Doctor Strange 2 trailer. So this took a while to get here. Not the seller's fault. Hoodwood Comics is a good IG seller that I would recommend following. He warned me, he's like, hey, I'm out of Gemini's. I had to make my own mailer. So he usually ships in Gemini's, I believe. Basically this happened like the day after, maybe 2 days after that trailer dropped. And everyone was like, oh, that's Tom Cruise. And then everyone was like, this is like the whole blue dress, white dress striped thing. Remember that from the internet? Was that like 10 years ago now? 5 years ago? I don't even know. Some people are like, well, that's Superior Iron Man. And then other people are like, that's definitely not Superior Iron Man. That's Monica Rambeau, or that's Maria Rambeau, or, you know, the whole thing on the sun. But here's the deal. Even if that's not Superior Iron Man, which high-res images make me believe that that is a black person and not Tom Cruise. But even if that's not Tom Cruise in that fight, then I still think with the presence of that Illuminati facility that they go to, that there's a really good chance that we're getting Superior Iron Man. And I think the rumors that Tom Cruise is potentially coming, there's some weight to that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I was, I let the FOMO hit straight up. I did. And Hoodwood hooked me up with something here. He actually sent some bonus books, bonus stuff too, that I want to show off real fast. That's cool. Saga of the Swamp Thing, numbers being covered up. I'm actually going to open that up. First thing I always do on one of these is I peel off the old tape. I'm never going to let tape touch my books. So there's Saga of the Swamp Thing, number 1. Kind of a mid-grade, low-grade kind of condition, but it's a bonus book. Let's not judge that. That's cool. And this, Detective Comics Mattel. So this came in a figure, I assume. Little reprint action there. That's cool. And then this is a neat print. I'm actually going to take this out too, just to show it off without the gloss of the bag affecting it or anything. Hey, we got 19 people in here now. That's awesome. It's a cool print. That'll probably be like a giveaway or something we'll do. Part of a super chat prize or something like that. By the way, no super chat prize tonight because I just don't feel like anything I'm doing tonight's worth it. If you want a super chat, that's fine. But I'm not doing a giveaway because I'm just unboxing stuff. I'm not like talking or doing anything that I didn't think deserves your super chats. Some other extra stuff in here. I'm actually gonna take this out too, just because there's an extra thing in here, and I just want to show. You guys already know what it is, so I don't know why I'm being all coy about it. Anybody who understands spec, it's Superior Iron Man number 1. And yeah, I was totally cool with it. Man, that might be 9.6. That's an impeccable shape. So thanks a lot, Hoodwood. I don't know if grading will matter on this book at all, because chances are, unless you fast tracked it, which I'm definitely not going to do, you're not going to get it back in time. Oh, he sent me a. Which series is that? Is that series 1? I think that's series 1. Marvel card. Anyways, I'm all over the place. But yeah, I'm not gonna get that graded. But if Tom Cruise comes in and just does a cameo and then he's out, like he dies at the end of the movie, or all the universes blow up or something like that, it's not gonna matter. Okay, that's this little sticker. That's cool. So follow Hoodwood Comics over on IG. And thanks a lot, man. Yeah, it looks real clean. Yeah, definitely, Kim. You should. I know Starset just did his first video. Oh, this is from Midtown. What did I get from Midtown? Oh, this is cool. I know what this is. Anyways, I bought into the FOMO. I'm not immune to FOMO, but also I didn't pay the prices people were paying for it 2 days later after that either. And yeah, I scrambled to get a copy or two for good prices. Little teaser there. Anyways, I'm all over the place. If I forgot something that you guys wanted me to say or something, let me know. As long as Tom Cruise is not in a blue dress. Yeah, or a white dress, right? It's whoever you want it to be for the books you own. That's funny. Yeah, I get that's true. Um, people think you have to buy obscure. Oh, this is probably about the Nova. Buy keys for major characters you know. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Oh, Tadao Entertainment's here. It is series 1. Okay, cool. I had to leave. What? So like you mean tonight or like totally? Perfect segue. I am a seller on Whatnot, guys. I've been doing shows on Tuesdays the last couple weeks. I'll probably do another one this Tuesday. Don't know if it's going to be a themed show like I did last week. That didn't turn out very well. I guess Whatnot actually went down for a while. Maybe part of the reason the last part of my auction wasn't very successful. All right, these are in from Midtown. But I will be doing another auction. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Certificate of authenticity is just right on top there. Is that backwards? Don't feel like that's the cover I got. Okay, so these were signed Benjamin Percy books. Make sure my fingers are clean here. Got a little certificate in each one. So this is the spoiler variant. I'm going to go with 10 Deaths of Wolverine. It might be X Deaths of Wolverine. I'm not sure, but signed by Benjamin Percy down there at the bottom. That's really cool. This one's interesting. Is this backwards? Oh, yeah, it's backwards, I think. Yeah. Okay, I wanted the trading card variant. That's a cool cover. Also, these are all signed by Percy, obviously. And this one, I wanted to like this cover more. There's something about the proportions on Wolverine's head that just throws me off. But obviously the classic homage cover to, I don't know, the lighting's weird. Like you probably, if I lean back, you can probably see it better. But yeah, obviously the 181 cover there, homage. But yeah, each of those were $5. Yeah, $5. So yeah, hopped on that. Yeah, well, I forget, especially what's coming from where. I honestly, so here's the deal with Whatnot. It's so much easier on the seller side to do Whatnot. For one thing, like you have a built-in audience. So I've done auctions on YouTube where 16 people were in here, and 9 or 10 of them just wanted to come hang out, and 1 or 2 were like, "Hey, I'm looking for this, and I don't have it." And then 3 or 4 or whatever the rest would be bidding. On Whatnot, I have a lot more success with people bidding, and so that's a reason that I'm kind of doing well on Whatnot. And a lot of the stuff I have to sell, like I'm making a lot of room. I'm selling a lot of modern stuff. Like won't really see me selling older keys until I build a bigger following, because I don't want to throw something up and have it go for way under FMV. I'm not like a huge dealer of comics or something like that. Like huge respect to somebody like a Very Gary Comics or something like that. Massive respect. Very Gary is a comic book dealer. He went around to shows and sold comic books. He'd buy up collections and stuff like that. And so that's kind of a natural flow for where his channel came from. And I have massive respect for that man. And I've had nothing but positive interactions with him. But I don't have that kind of collection. I have my personal collection. And then over the last couple of years, I was buying up stuff that I thought was going to be key, even minor keys or cover buys. And I probably did too much of that. So I'm looking to offload a lot of that. But I've been building this following, and I don't mind. I can still find and hunt comics and sell them, find something for half FMV and then still sell it even for under FMV and make, a good bit of money for myself and a good deal for my customers. And so I'm willing to do that. And I have some keys that it's like, now's the right time to sell, or getting close to the right time to sell, Moon Knight, some other stuff. And so I'm willing to do that, and really put myself into the selling thing. But when it comes to the auctions, like I just can't have, one person bidding. And it's a razor's edge. If you start too low, you risk losing it for that price, because if one person bids, that's it. And if you start too high, then you're going to chase away bidders. So it's a real narrow margin. And if you have enough viewers, you can pretty much guarantee that 2 people are going to be interested in the book. Because if I have to like explain what a book is, you've probably already lost the battle. Because I have some cool, like I kind of specialize, I think maybe in some more, well, slightly obscure stuff. And if I'm just selling that stuff, it's very hard to do well, because people are like, I don't get it. What is it? You know, it's not the new hot, it's not on a top 10 list, and it's not like an established key. That's a lot harder to sell, in my opinion. Now that said, I am not going to say never on the YouTube auctions. Don't get me wrong. That's kind of a long way to say that. What issue and variant is the Jesco cover? It is the Jesco Wolverine cover. I think that was like Wolverine 16 or something for the Marvel Masterpiece. Oh yeah, for sure. Nice. That's awesome, Zaw, that you helped him do that. And an honest community to support them. Yeah. And I'm all about that. Like, I don't mind growing slow. I'm used to that. I grew real slow on, well, actually, I guess I grew kind of fast on YouTube. But you know, it still feels slow when you're in the middle of it. So I don't mind that. What was that? Dude, here's a weird little pet peeve of mine. You know, like these little like pull tabs that come off envelopes and stuff. I kind of don't like it when people throw that into the package. Like, throw it away on your own. I don't want to like be doing this and have like little stuff fall out. It's a very minor thing. Very minor thing, but it's a thing. All right, what do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, I think I know what this is. I think I know what this is. Oh, this eBay tape is terrible. And I know a lot of sellers that do that thing, by the way. Yeah, I definitely, you know, I'm not giving up on Whatnot. I'll keep going on it. If you're interested in selling on Whatnot, I did a video with Skeff, who's one of the best sellers on Whatnot for comic books, and did a like huge like Q&A. And I'm going to be breaking up little chunks because it's a long interview. I think it kind of turned people off because it's like 45 minutes long. I'm going to break out some like highlights of that basically and roll those out as content. So more digestible, bite-sized videos. Okay. So this is funny. I used to be a big Hastings customer. Sorry, I'm just looking real fast. This is pretty clean too. I'll pull it out. Why not? See, first thing I always do there, take off the tape. It's not you. It's me. Hey, that's awesome. It's the voice. It's the voice. Trust me. Hey, well, I hope you get some good sleep. Superior Iron Man #1, the Hastings variant. I feel like this is going to be one of the more rare variants. I don't know the print run. The print run on Superior Iron Man 1 wasn't very large to begin with. And Hastings is a somewhat smaller chain. I don't even think they're around anymore. So that was my scooped it up on eBay before other people sold it out. Oh my gosh, Vancouver Comic Junkie, what's up? Older keys are you hunting right now? So I actually, in my Discord, I actually have a huge list of books that I'm looking for. Yeah, for sure, man. I posted it up too, in some places as well. But yeah, that's the best place to find my list of stuff I'm hunting. Off the top of my head, it's kind of weird. I'm like having a hard time thinking about it. Have a good night, Kim, and enjoy your time over at Swarmfest. I'm jealous. Have a good time. Say hi to everybody for me, please, and same buddy if you're still awake. Gosh, what am I like really hunting now? It's an older key. I mean, so I'm working on the X-Men run. I have about half the X-Men run, and I have some keys. But I have like a whole spreadsheet out that people can check out. It's like a Google Sheets document. And then for older stuff, man, like I can't think at the moment. I just picked up Spider-Woman 1. That was a little bit of an older key I was looking for. I've already got her first appearance. I'm talking about Jessica Drew. I'm looking for some older Spidey. God, I can't think at all right now. I'm like so focused on new comic books here. Oh, this is from My Sin City Venom on Whatnot, another good seller on Whatnot. I think he just cracked 900 followers. Yeah, you check it all out, dude. Oh, thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate that. That's what I'm doing. That's my main focus right now. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've got so my goal is to collect the first appearance. You know, I say my goal is to get the run. I'm probably not. I'm not rich. X-Men 1, X-Men 2, First Juggernaut, all out of my reach. I have like a lead right now on a first Banshee. We'll see. Fingers crossed. But I have a lot of the newer keys, first appearances. You know, I've got first Gambit, first Rogue, a couple copies, first Bishop, several copies of the first Apocalypse, a couple copies of first Jubilee, several first Bishops. You know, kind of covering all those, which is fine. Also, X-Men 50 is another one. I also did a top 10 comics that I'm looking for. What was another? Airboy 5 is another one. It's on my list. It's tired brain. I've been dadding hard all day, so playing a lot of Paw Patrol. And I did a ton of running around yesterday. Oh, hey, wow, we're up to 21 viewers. That's great. It looks like Christmas morning over here. There's so much stuff I have to throw away and recycle after this. Do you have a 4-5 for Banshee? Yeah. I'll be honest. I like hunting things under FMV. Yeah, like I do the booty covers too. I appreciate that, dude. I do the booty covers and stuff. I need to check out some of your stuff too more recently. It's been a while. Like I was saying earlier in the show, it's just so hard to have time to watch everything. But I like make a concerted effort to go back for the people that come by, especially, and kind of, you know, refamiliarize myself with their content. But there's a lot of depressing on YouTube. And yeah, so I try to stay away from that as much as possible. And but just to be clear, I'm not saying your content's like that. I'm just saying, like, I generally operate in an avoid mentality. But yeah, your name is familiar, and I remember checking out one of your CGC unboxings I really liked. I liked your style. So we got Thor 21. Again, this is from My Sin City Venom. Thor 21, just he went for under FMV. Like I think it basically went for cover price. Speaking of booty covers, you guys know I like the booty covers. We got the White Widow. White Widow number 2. I got a bunch of these. I'm actually going to be doing a Too Hot for eBay auction on Whatnot soon. You know, nude, risque, sexy covers. And so this is from My Sin City Venom Comics. Sin City Venom Comics. And then the big comic I got from him, this went for way less than it should have. I felt bad grabbing it, but one other person bid on it, and I wasn't going to let it, you know, go away. At least we're friends, and I can, you know, support him a little bit. But a 9/8 8th print, Something is Killing the Children, CBCS. I have a CGC already that I got from Beartastic Finds on IG, which he did a great job too. So thanks a lot. Say that in mic. Thanks, Sin. I appreciate it. Nice. That's also Nowhere Bound. White Widow Fire for sure. Nice. Yeah, I have so if you guys saw, I recently did a grade my comic books, detailed, real zoomed in shots of defects on books. I am not an expert grader by any stretch of the imagination. I'm getting better at it. But what I did is I showed you guys like, hey, here's what I have going on with these comic books. And that's a huge clean and press job that I just sent out for, and I have it coming back from Turlock Comics. And some of those results are already in, and I am super excited to share them. Okay, this last one, this is from a brand new seller on Whatnot called House of 1,000 Comics. And they've been sitting on stuff for a couple of years, not selling it. And I got turned on to this by some friends I met kind of out of the Department of Comics Discord, which is a great Discord to follow. If you need a link for that, hit me up and I can get you an invite. My Discord is kind of more of a place to hang out. We talk about news, and I talk about some exclusives I hear about and some, that kind of stuff in there. But if you're looking for like spec news, Department of Comics is pretty legit. Like I told you guys, this is a massive unboxing. Just so much stuff's been piling up. But I learned about these guys, and the idea that they'd been sitting on stuff for a couple of years really intrigued me. Always love the shows. As for your top 10 list for this, I had to laugh as my LCS still has 10 copies of ASM 328 left from the 80s. That's funny. I got one of those too, by the way, already. Yeah, and it's funny because like that's one of the ones that was on there. I knew it wasn't hard to find, but they can't all be like, some of those books are huge books. Like I want a Batman Adventures 12. That's a huge book. I want X-Men 50. That's a massive book. You can't get them all, right? So this is House of 1,000 Comics on Whatnot. Got some crazy good deals. Hey, what's up? 78 points articulation in the house. Oh, one of my favorite follows on IG for action figure photography. Noctera 1 Boss Logic. I'm going to go through this quick because there's a lot of stuff here. Oh, shit. This is in really good shape. My third copy of Lethal Protector in extremely high grade. I've got 198, one that is a 9.8 for sure, but it's raw. This one, I need to look at it a little bit closer, but I think it could be there. Marvel Comics Presents number 1. Marvel Comics Presents number 2. I'm going to move this stack I'm building here. Okay. Oh, that's in crispier shape than I expected too. A little bit of a spine roll. X-Men 11. This is one of those books where I have my copy, but I kind of want another copy and the price was right. This was just like, just an old book that I wanted to grab because again, it was going for it's in low grade because you can see the corners gone here. Aquaman number 5. I mean, other than that, it's in pretty good shape. That's cool. Not the kind of stuff I normally would be buying right now, but the price was right. Vigilante 1. I paid up a little bit for this book because it's one of those ones I missed in the 90s, and I liked the show. Warrior Nun Aurelia, I guess, probably. Yeah, nice Aquaman for sure. And if you like that Aquaman, this is number 28. This one is in a little bit lower condition, except for the corner isn't missing, but other than that, it's in lower condition. But still, not bad. This was cool. OG Mirage Publishing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 50. Pretty cool. I can never remember which one's which here. Star Wars 7. That's not First Jackson, right? That's just early Star Wars book either way. I don't even remember. There's like 4 people in chat that will tell me which one this one is right now. Avengers 29. I believe that is a key. but it was just in good shape. And I'll pick up like old Avengers books, old Spider-Man, old X-Men all day long. G.I. Joe 37, first Zaymot, first Tomax, first Flint. I think Flint's good spec because that Lady J show is coming. People have totally forgot about that, but that Lady J show is coming, and Flint usually goes where Lady J does, right? And I have a few first Lady J's and a few first Flints now. And I did anyway because I was a G.I. Joe fan in the 80s. Star Wars 39, that's the first mention of Rogue Squadron. First Beyonder. I got every single book here I got for way less than you expect. I just thought this was cool. Punisher Wardnall number 50. I get people asking me for Punisher books. Yes, I have a bunch of 44 as well. First Titania and Volcana Secret Wars, but I got it for Titania with that's my third or fourth copy. And then this is like my third copy. First Julia Carpenter. Yeah, I'm a junkie for Joe's too. The one people ask me like, what's your first comic book, or what's the comic book you'll never sell? It's my copy of G.I. Joe 1 that my dad gave me for like my 8th birthday, and I had it clean and pressed, sent off for grading, and it got a 9.6, and I definitely read that book. So that's how long I've been obsessed with G.I. Joe. Nice, dude. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Is there any comic runs? Yes. Yeah, X-Men. Get that Pressman second print for the X-Men. Pressman second print. Is it so? I know there's Pressman second print. Isn't there a? Are you talking about 50? Which issue are you talking about? I'm ashamed to say I don't know. But I know that there's a reprint that has like Avengers 1, X-Men 1. That's like the first X-Men reprint, right? I'm actually curious because I know there's a lag too. I'm gonna search that up real fast. Oh, that's for the X-Men 11? The Pressman reprint. Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what those were called. Got it. I've seen that before, but I didn't know that was called. Got it. Okay, and then I want to find out because I do not remember Avengers 29. First cameo appearance of the new star. Oh, that's the wrong Avengers 29. This is exciting, isn't it? I have more stuff to show off, believe it or not, guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, does somebody say it in chat already? Came in a board game. All right. Oh, DC Irish is here. What's up, dude? Awesome. Evening. Oh, got Sean in here too. It's Sickotron. Oh my gosh. Secret Wars 2 issue 3 goes for a good cash already in a 9.8. It's a weird one, but yeah, I do too. Okay. Yeah, no, 70. I know what you're saying now. It's whenever I'm streaming, my internet goes so slow. Oh, maybe it's not a key. Maybe it's just an early Avengers. All right. Maybe that's why I'm not finding it. Oh, I need to kind of unhighlight that comment. Okay. So, hey, man. Let's see. Bunch of stuff I picked up at random thrift stores. I live in the middle of nowhere. A bunch of random antique stores, a bunch of random thrift stores, and an old comic book shop that it's hard to explain. Models Inc. Thought that was cool. Thought that was really cool. X-Men Adventures Season 2, number 1. I've got a couple of the number 1s of, first Morph. I actually think I don't know if it's 35 or whatever. The first appearance of, is it Changeling? I have that book too. I think that's a bigger book, but I know people will be like, that's the first him as that character, and I get it. Iron Man, Golden Avenger. Some of these photo style variants from the MCU early days were worth a lot of money. I don't think this one really is, but I grabbed it. Where I was at, I don't get Cell Signal. Just a swordsman appearance. Okay, well, maybe that's why I grabbed it too. Whatnot auctions happen so quick, and it's like, for the prices all that stuff was going for, I mean, it was like all day long. You guys know I'm a booty cover lover, so I grabbed Harley Quinn 26. I love Amanda Connor's artwork. Again, I didn't have Signal, so I thought this could be a thing. Vengeance Moon Knight number 2, or 2. I thought it could be a thing. Also, just kind of a cool Moon Knight cover. I didn't pay much for it. Yeah, it reminds me of Natalie Sanders. Totally, 100%. You guys know I'm a Power Girl fan. Kind of just a Power Girl cover. Had to pick it up. You know, just I love Michael Turner stuff. NAM 53, the NAM 53, which is the origin of the Punisher logo, actually. 2-part fit with 52. I have a set of 52 and 53, but I figured why not pick up another 53 in a 50-cent bin. This is the only book I paid up for, and it's in pretty good condition for the run, X-Men 124. I think I paid 15 for that. It's the only book I paid up for out of this whole list here, and it's in decent condition. Web of Spider-Man 19, first humbug, never gonna matter, but again, 50-cent bin, why not? Warlock and the Infinity Watch, it's its first team appearance. And then this is the first Omega Man. Has a little bit of water damage there on the corner, but I paid a couple bucks for it, so seemed like a good deal to me. Oh yeah, and I got some G.I. Joe books at an antique mall. I think these were $3 a piece. 51, 59, 55. That's a key too. And then 58 is the first Fred, or the fake Cobra Commander. This is a book I never had heard of before. Adam Hughes, The Voyages of She Buccaneer. Did not know this was a thing. This is number 2 of 3. And yeah, I just thought it was a sexy cover. This was unfortunate. This is in terrible condition. I've been looking for this book for a while. I don't want to pay FMB for it because I feel like I'll find it in a dollar bin somewhere. And I did. It's just it's in beat to rat shit condition. First Time Kitty Pryde is called Shadow Cat, and you can just see it is in terrible condition. But I grabbed it anyway. Did not pay for it any massive amount. This is a first appearance. I cannot remember the character's name. Rom 33. I can't remember to save my life, but I grabbed it. Okay, so here's probably one of the cooler pickups from the whole thing. I paid $3 for this. This is the first Tim Drake. It's not Tim Drake as Nightwing, obviously, but it's the first Tim Drake for $3 in VF Plus. I was like, all right, sure, why not? Okay. Well, Preston didn't show up. Not that he's the only fan of this, but I got to get my little insert ready here. It's time. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. There we go. Sorry. Destroyed something. Let's do that again. Okay, that never happened. You never saw that. Take 2. Booty cover of the week. The booty cover of the week. No, it's not Second Rogue, because Second Rogue is 35 or 34, I think. And it ties with another book. But here's your booty cover of the week. You saw it on my Instagram. Savage Sword of Conan, 165. Vallejo art on the cover. Not in amazing condition, but I just grabbed it. They had a bunch of the later Savage Sword of Conans, and I thought about grabbing a few of them, but none of them were in really good shape. I've never owned a Savage Sword of Conan. I've looked through them before. I think they're cool. Show a little bit here of the inside. That's a cool panel, and there's Smash. It's neat. Caught him in the middle of leg day. Is there anything else cool in here? I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in here, but you know what I mean. That's a cool page. A lot going on there. That's just neat. Okay, well, that's what I get for changing resolutions. My whole thing's misaligned there. What else did I get? Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is weird. There's like this ongoing flea mart thing in this town close to me. Real sketch feeling in there. Let's just say that. I bought all these comics you're going to see here for like $10 or something, I think. And I had zero cell signal, couldn't check anything. Yeah, I had a Lethal Protector #1 that you missed earlier. Sicko. X-Men 119. Sure, why not? It's a newsstand. Mage Hero Define #1. I know that's not like a big Mage book, but I like Mage. And again, this was like almost had to get to a certain point in comics to get the deal. If you could eliminate one X-Men from canon entirely, blink them out of existence, which one would it be? It'd be Storm. Coyote #7. I know that's not like the McFarlane Coyote. Yeah, the red foil. Hey, what's up, Frog Brawler? I can't believe you're awake right now either. I have like issues 1, 2, and 3 and a bunch of the weird promo stuff for Divine Right. I grabbed it. I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but I grabbed it. I went and had Tony Fleece sign this book, and I literally just thought it'd be cool to have a backup copy. It's not in good shape, but I don't see this comic very often. Lost Vegas. I can't remember the issue number off the top of my head. Issue 3. But another booty cover. And when I had him sign this at Rose City Comic Con, he was like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen this in a long time." That was really cool. So I have that off at CBCS right now. They had a whole bunch of Airboy, and I grabbed really the only one I liked. And this is a Dorman cover. Airboy 12. Not in good shape, but I don't know. I'm really after that Airboy 5. Oh yeah. Man, I'm not going to take it out of the bag and everything, but I had to pick up that Exiles 4 homage to my favorite comic cover of all time, so had to grab that. I just sold one of these, and I will open this one because a lot of people don't know this. Savage Dragon 3. One guy in here probably knows what this one is because I know he's a massive J. Scott Campbell fan. Storm. I said Storm. Oh yeah, I don't like Storm. That Savage Garden. That's a bad band from the 90s. That Savage Dragon sketch right there won't really come into focus probably, but that's Jeffrey Scott. That's the first J. Scott Campbell artwork in a comic book in the letters column. Yep, he knows. Yeah, so the reason why, look, it's not like I don't like. Okay, I gotta explain the Storm thing. I understand that. Storm, my favorite X-Men is Cyclops, and that ties into this. If you're a real big Cyclops fan, Storm's a little redundant. The perfect arrangement of X-Men for me was blue team, gold team. Storm leading the gold team, Cyclops leading the blue team, or as I like to call it, the good team. I love all the X-Men. Even Storm, it's like the whole it's like bad sex is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still good. That's Storm, right? Like she's still good. It's just okay. So in the cartoon, they she's so wooden in the cartoon, and she's just all about claustrophobia, and it gets really old. And that was, a lot of my formulative X-Men stuff before I hit hard on the comic books was from the cartoon. So I had that opinion of her first of all. And then one of the first stories I read was the story where she fights Cyclops for leadership. And people, like, it's weird. Storm fans always like bring that up, and it's like, yeah, he kind of was distracted. It's almost like he wanted to lose. Because like later on, I can't remember what issue. Maybe it's an Astonishing X-Men or something like that. Cyclops like defeats the entire team like single-handed. Storm was terrible in Apocalypse, 100%. Sentry 2, again, I wasn't sure if there was anything key about that. I couldn't look anything up, and it was less than a quarter, much less than a quarter. I knew this was not the right Exiles 3. It's the wrong series. But it was sitting next to that Exiles 4, so I grabbed it. This is cool. I wasn't familiar with this. This is from the UK, Hell's Angel featuring X-Men. I thought that was neat. I knew nothing about that. Grabbed it. It's so funny. I recently got the McFarlane cover for this, but Black Flag, and then this is I can't remember this guy's name. Everyone thinks it's Stephen Platt, but it's not Stephen Platt. I cannot remember his name, but I just grabbed it. It's not worth anything, but why not? Dazzler's an X-Men, yeah. Okay, I'm sure somebody will prove me wrong, but I've been picking up copies of this when I find them in quarter bins or less than quarter bins. Yeah, cool art indeed, Frog Brawler. How is this not the first appearance of Patrick Stewart's Professor Xavier, as well as these characters? I would feel like it is. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody will catch on to that. Booty cover alert. No idea what the hell this is, but yeah, it's kind of a weird butt, to be honest. But yeah, oh, hey, Sicko, you're in here. You get rid of Dazzler. That's funny. So yeah, I was telling you, I got a bunch of Gen 13 comics. Here they are on all their terrible. I mean, these came out of like you can tell whenever you see stuff like this, these came out of like the worst bins ever. You're like lucky they were in a bag. Gen 13 number 7. I'll show that one last. I'm not really like seriously working on a run. I sold most of my Gen 13 comics. I sort of regret it. That's kind of a cool cover for 9, 10, 22. And then this was the one that kind of made me want to go back and grab all these. I totally forgot. So I love Empowered. I think Empowered's a really cool comic book. It's one of my favorite comic books. I did not realize that Adam Warren did a Gen 13 cover. He's the creator of Empowered. It makes total sense that he did, but I was completely like out of Gen 13 at this point. And it's not his best work, I'll be honest. But I like it. Did he do the interior? So it's Warren, Bermejo, and Nyberg. Interesting. So he wrote it and did the cover? I haven't opened this up yet. If you haven't read Empowered, you're probably like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? No, this looks like Bermejo interior. How does it not say on the... Interesting. Man, artwork's really not that great inside, to be honest with you. Or the inks are too heavy, maybe. Let's see if I can show you an example of what I'm talking about here. This is like bad 90s art, in my opinion. I mean, it's serviceable. I don't want to say it's bad. Hey, look, it's a booty cover on the back. There you go. Is there anything cool in this issue at all? This Mr. Majestic guy always bugged me. Yeah, anyways, Adam Warren, I think he's a cool guy. Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan. Okay, so didn't know this existed either. How could I had to buy, I was like contractually obligated to buy this comic book. Most of you are thinking I'm saying that because it's a booty cover. It's not a booty cover. I had to buy this. It was made for me. It wasn't made for me. That's cool. That's cool. So the name, Bronze Age Nerd. This comes up on Whatnot. It comes up on my auctions. Yeah, it's funny because so Mr. Tom Freak, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's actually, I think maybe where he got his start. If he didn't get his start there, it was pretty early on, I bet. And it like was a light bulb moment, because what frustrates me is there's really, because it was released digitally, if I'm not mistaken, I would love to have a first issue of Empowered. I have the first like trade, but I'd love to have the first issue. And I know you can, like, you know, I've read them all and everything, but I wish there was like a comic book issue. I have, maybe it's the first one. I have Empowered and Sister Spooky. I have that comic book. Maybe that's their first time in a comic book form. That would be interesting. I do too. So Age of Bronze Age Nerd, yes. Yep, I absolutely had to buy that. So the name Bronze Age Nerd. So the reason why it came about, it's, yes, I love the Bronze Age of comic books. I do. It's not why I'm called that. I was not reading comic books in the Bronze Age because I was in diapers at the end of it, for the most part. Oh, hey, you're Moth Boss. Okay, thanks for letting me know that. I appreciate that, because it's always super confusing. Yeah, I know it was a digital comic, but there were actual comic books too. I'm actually gonna, let's go down a weird rabbit hole, because I know you can read them online. People are probably wondering, what the hell are you talking about? But the name, it's not because I collect the Bronze Age. It's because I was born in the Bronze Age, and so I am a Bronze Age nerd. Not that I love the Bronze Age. I do love the Bronze Age. Air Spider 23 in the house. What's up? So this is going to be super deep rabbit hole we're going to dive down to here. Chrome tab. Uh-oh, I may have just removed that. Nope. Okay. So this is Empowered. This is, unfortunately, does that make it better if I do that? A little bit. I'm on an ultra wide monitor, which kind of, okay. So this is Empowered. And I actually need to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the little panel, right? I just love his style. This is Adam Warren's style. It's all pencils, and I mean, probably some inks too, I guess, but, and you can read, I think, all of it online. But she's a really cool character. There's a lot of booty humor for sure. A lot of like bondage humor, that kind of stuff. But it's really funny, really well written. And I just love it. And it looks, from the few panels you can see, you're probably like, what the hell? It looks worse than it is. It actually is. It's funny because the person that turned me on to it is Comic Book Girl 19, or now it's Danica 19, maybe is what she calls herself. I can't remember. I'm actually going to get rid of the banner. You guys, if you didn't follow by Whatnot by now, well, you're not going to. The first comic book form for her, do you, if you know, or you can find out, let me know. Yeah, so she was talking about it. She's like, this is a weird character, it's a weird story. And I loved her old video. She did a really good job on stuff back then. Like her and Comic Tropes are two of my favorite comic book YouTubers. Back when she covered comic book content, she stopped kind of during the whole YouTube monetization advertising thing that made it hard for YouTubers to make as much money as they used to. And then she eventually came back and she mostly does Dune content now. Anyways, so she was describing the story. I was like, I gotta read this. And so it's a manga style, manga-esque, and that's not my thing. It's not read like a traditional manga, but I mean, clearly the artwork has a lot of inspiration there. Um, but it's not like it's cheesecake, but it's like cheesecake making fun of cheesecake. That character was born out of the fact that Adam Warren used to do commissions for bondage cover type stuff, bondage commissions. And that was the character used. And that character was so popular. And I might get some of this wrong. This is the story as I understand it. It was so popular that he decided to spin it out into a story. And he published, I think, as a digital comic. And then eventually it was published by Dark Horse and Trades. And I was lucky that I lived in Portland. Yes, robot for sure. but Comic Girl 19. Love that stuff, man. But I was fortunate to live in Portland, which means I could go to Thanks for Another World, which if you're not familiar, Thanks for Another World is owned by Dark Horse. They're the same company. And it was literally the flagship store in Milwaukee, Oregon, which is like a sub district of Portland, is literally across the street from the Dark Horse headquarters. I think maybe Dark Horse moved now, but it was across the street. So like you could see like a giant real life alien and a predator like in their front office. It was really cool. So I'd go there and I found some of the trades and I started reading them. I loved them. It's almost 3 a.m. there. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm winding down. I'm almost done here. But yeah, so I'm a fan of Empowered. I think it's a cool story. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, great. It's kind of where I learned to embrace like parts of, like in the 90s, I was always buying like the pinup gallery books and all that kind of stuff too. I'm sure we'll talk soon, Mark. Have a good night. So I kind of like, I used to like have like not a shame about it, but just like I like these books, but I don't really talk about it. After reading Empowered stuff, I kind of embraced it. Like I was showing my wife like some of the panels. Like she's not a huge comic book reader, but she likes some comic book stuff. I was like, oh, you got to check this out or whatever. This crazy thing just happened in this book. And I was just willing to share that stuff more. And that's kind of, you get to things like Booty Cover of the Week and all that kind of stuff. And this is kind of where it comes from. Double checking to make sure that was an important message. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at with that. Anyways, it's just a fun book. I recommend reading it if you like that kind of stuff. But the humor, it cracks me up, like how stupid the villains are and just the tropes that go on and on and on in the story. Like Empowered always gets tied up. She's always like undervalued and she always does more than people expect her to. She's a super underdog. Her self-esteem issues are charming and endearing, and you get to know her as a character that is much more three-dimensional than you think at first. And it starts slower. It definitely developed later on. The first trade was 2007. First appearance in paper was in something called Actor Comics Presents 1. First self-title in comic form is Empowered Special 1, 2009. That is cool. Man, I remember like looking for that a while ago and not really finding much, and I kind of gave up because I was like, I don't think it's ever really going to matter, so I probably have plenty of time. But thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Pete? How's it going? Hi, everybody. I'm assuming you are. I wish I was, but I don't do that right now. Be more fun if I did, but I don't. I at least do CBD and stuff too, but I'm looking for a job. Want to make sure that I can do the testing and all that stuff if I need to. What else? No real questions running through. Nobody has any questions. 18 of you brave is, dare I say, the Bronze Brigade. How do we like that name? Bronze Brigade. Bronze Brigade. If I say it like that, does it help? I don't know. Kind of keep thinking about names for that. Bronze Agers. Yeah, anyways, there's different ones. But there's 18 of you here. Do you have any questions for me besides which character would I eliminate? And the answer is Storm every time from the X-Men. And again, I don't dislike her. It's just there was too many annoying things about her character that she came off as rather two-dimensional. Whereas I, like Rogue is a much more interesting character to me. Rogue and Cyclops are both pretty similar in that they're so afraid of using their powers because it's so dangerous to their loved ones, right? Like they don't want to hurt anybody around them. They don't want to hurt their friends and family. Not really. The ship sailed, in my opinion, on most of it. If I found it at the right price, 100%. I have like a few of like the later Adam Warlock keys. Definitely like some Star Fox here and there. Eros Star Fox. Like I have a beat to rat shit Iron Man 55. And I can't remember the Avengers issue where he joins the Avengers, but I have that too. A couple things. Love it. All right. Oh, it's a lovely night. That's awesome. Bronze Brigade of Brilliance, bro. bro. What are you doing, bro? Bro. Is that Tom Segura or whatever? He does a little joke like that. That's freaking awesome. Love me some Tom Segura. So yeah, I'm looking for a little here and there for sure. What is your favorite Silver Age book you have? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to kind of take a look through memory lane here. By that I mean go to my CLZ app, filter by release date. Because I need more Silver Age books. Silver Age is my weakest area. Like I don't really want to collect Golden Age. But I will at some point. So let's see. When it comes to Silver Age, I have. Oh, okay. I know the answer now. I have a first Black Bolt. For X-Men, I have X-Men 16, X-Men 30, X-Men 35, 36, 37, 39, 41, which is my oldest Silver Age book that I've owned the oldest. So 41, 45, 44, 51, 52, 60 for X-Men. And then for Avengers, now I have 29, 52, 55, 56, FF Annual 6, 80. I have some pretty old Incredible Hulk, some older Thor. Yeah, so I'm going to go with my favorite one because it's funny. It's not the comic book. It's what's on the comic book. It's Uncanny X-Men or X-Men 16, and it's signed by Stan Lee. It's a CGC signature series. I won my fantasy football league with my friends 3 years in a row. And I kind of banked some of the savings from those winnings. I won it 3 years in a row against the same team each time. Pretty crazy. Who else also happens to be my best friend. It was a weird 3 years. So eventually I took that money and it was kind of when Stan Lee stuff, he passed away. I realized I was never going to get something signed by him, obviously. So I was like, well, I need a Stan Lee signature. And I did not want a Stan Lee signature on Stan would sign anything. He would sign anything and everything. He liked money. He liked to sign for money. I know that from several people that worked with him / got signings done with him. I know one person that worked for him, and I know 2 people that did like huge private signings where they had him sign hundreds or thousands of books. And Stan would sign anything. But I wanted something he created and worked on which is pretty much always the same thing, I think. And that was my stipulation. And my favorite thing is X-Men. So all I could really find that I could afford is like a low grade 3.5 or whatever X-Men 16 signed by Stan Lee. And it was CGC, so I knew it was like legit because there's a lot of forgeries of Stan out there, unfortunately, too. So that's what it is. Cyclops is super underrated. Bayo, bro. Bayo, bro. Comic Book Girl 19 was always in Camp Cyclops. Damn straight. Talked about how the movies did Cyclops so wrong. And here's the thing: it's easy to portray Cyclops as just a tightwad. It's so easy to do that, super easy. But that doesn't tell the whole story, and it's not fair. Nothing stands out from Golden Age for you other than Unobtainium. Yeah. I'm the same way, Frog. Hey, we got Copper Age Babe in the house. She's at work right now. She is working so hard for her family, and I really appreciate that. She popped in. That's awesome. She's painting some stuff at her work, so she's probably waiting for some paint to dry, be my guess. So thanks for dropping in, honey. In my case, it's my Slab Showcase 66, first appearance of Wanna Beast, one of the highest on the census. That's awesome. Right on. You know what? I read the first 12 issues of the latest Thor run, the Kate's run. So when it comes to, I read digitally. I recently did a video about Comixology, by the way, because it's frustrating. But anyways, I read digitally. And so I wait for a trade to come out, and I wait for it to be on sale usually. So I'm really behind on stuff normally because of that. But yeah, absolutely. Had to have one. I had to have one to pass on to my daughter. That was my goal with my fantasy football winnings, is get a Stan Lee comic, something he wrote, something he created, preferably X-Men, pass it on to my daughter someday. And I accomplished that. Maybe I'll add another one at some point, but I at least have that one. I'll be known as Broadinus, the broest of bros. Bro Adonis. I'm sorry, I butchered that, Pete. Nice pick. Right on. Yeah, I appreciate that. So anyways, just unboxed a bunch of crap that's been sitting here for a long time that I needed to get ready for Whatnot sales. Some things for the personal collection, some things for long-term hold, of course, but that's kind of it. Any more questions before I sign off? I will sign off pretty soon, probably. I'll probably be doing a Whatnot on Tuesday. If you guys don't know what Whatnots are, or if you guys are interested in joining one, there's a referral link. You get a $10 credit to use on Whatnot, and then I get something like, I think $10 credit too, or whatever, if you buy something, which is cool for both of us. Let's see. I'm doing some videos. They're going to be fun soon. I'm going to probably be appearing on Journo's next Friday, it looks like, as long as I can get everything lined up scheduling wise. I need to confirm that with him, but it looks like I can make that happen. So I'll probably be over there on Friday. It's not written in stone, but he invited me on for a show, which is cool. I was on Comic Book Canon with him and Jeff, and he made a little video on his channel about part of the conversation we had there, which was really nice. And then, yeah, I'll be on it again on Friday. What else do I have coming out? I believe California. I think that's where A1 Comics is. He always goes to A1 Comics. I'm pretty sure that's in California. Yeah, it looks like California. Hey, have a good night, Irish. Thanks for popping by, man. I really appreciate it. I know it's late over there. It's late over here. I'm gonna be signing off here in a second. So yeah. Anyways, I'll give it about 30 seconds just in case anybody has a question. I don't mind answering any questions you have. I love doing that. It's one of my favorite things to interact with you guys. What else? Tons of discount codes. You guys always know that. Working on a couple people to be sponsors on the channel, which is pretty cool. I won't discuss the details, of course, until something's written down, but a couple other sponsors are out there that are talking to me on the show. That's really cool. What else? Sorry, there's no, if GT Key's still around, he's only around when I rant. If I start ranting, he'll pop up. He'll like be a sniper in the bushes. He'll pop out and tell me stuff. I do not do this very often, and I'm not going to get super far into this, but I will just say real fast, there's a lot of shitty stuff going on in the world right now, especially in one area. And it's really sad and unfortunate that stuff's going on like this. And I really hope that there's a quick and peaceful end to that. If you're in any kind of position to help at any level, try to help the people that are involved. Hopefully we can all go back to getting through this mess that's life together. So I got a very important question from the Copper Age Babe. What's the number one thing you're looking forward to giving your daughter? Well, for me, it's, I talked about it earlier in the show. I've talked about it before on the channel. It's the G.I. Joe 1 that my dad gave me that's in a really high grade. That's probably it. But there's a chance she's not going to care about that at all, which is totally fine. So hopefully a signed Stan Lee comic book is good for her. And then what else? It's funny. Like I'm thinking about things like, if you're not up on the take here, this is my wife that's asking me this. She's super into things like Paw Patrol and a couple other like shows that she really likes. And I'm like, I'm going to try to like, if I can figure out if there's a first appearance in comic books for those characters, I'm going to pick those up because I know they're not going to cost much right now. And you never know. We see things like Darkwing Duck is worth a lot of money. The first appearance of Darkwing Duck, He-Man and all these different things that are properties now are worth a lot of money. So not a bad idea, probably, just in case, I doubt she's going to care about Paw Patrol when she's 40, but she might have some memories. You never know. It's a great question. Dare I say best question of the night. My favorite character that nobody else cares about. I have a couple that come to mind. One is Union from Image. Another weird. This person also has a staff. Cardiac is a character that nobody cares about that I enjoy. Maverick from Wolverine and Team X and everything, with Sabretooth and all that. Maverick's a big one for me. Probably my favorite like C-list character. Who else? Characters that nobody cares about. I like Gladiator from the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. I think some people care about Gladiator. Fuck. Brutal. Yeah, maybe, right? Like a 9th print if you mortgage your house or something. Transformers. Yeah, I have a first Transformers in like a 9.2 or a 9.4. That's my childhood copy. Muppets. What would the first appearance of the Muppets be? That's a good one. Probably have to ask Decor Collectibles about that one. What are some other underrated characters I enjoy? I'd say Power Girl in some ways. She's getting her due the last 10 or 15 years, but she was always a little underrated. I love that Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti run. Ghost from Dark Horse, the woman who is murdered and then turns into kind of like the spectral fighter. It's kind of like a rip off a little bit of a couple other noir characters, but that's fine. People like Deadpool, and he's just a rip off too, right? But I like her a lot. It's funny. So the guy that kicked me out of he didn't kick me out. The guy that told me I couldn't use my phone in a comic book store, that comic book owner, like once or twice made fun of the character Ghost. And both times, this is really unusual for me, both times I was just like sitting there like, I like Ghost. Fuck you. And then, by the way, I went to this comic book shop for 35 years. I probably bought copies of Ghost from him. So for all I know, it was a low-key slam on me or something. What are some retired comic book companies that we should be reading So it's funny that you say Gold Key. Gold Key actually is coming back. Did you see that? Gold Key's coming back. I think it's just a social media post I saw. No, the only way I'm gonna okay, so that will be one of the last things I address here. People ask, and somebody recently commented on that video and said, "Hey, you need to disclose who this is." Here's why I didn't say who that was. I am on a platform where I have, especially now, I did not at the time. I had a couple hundred subscribers, but I made a decision not to talk about who he is because if anybody saw that video and didn't go to his store or something like that because of me, because of my feelings on the subject, I would feel terrible. And here's why. For all I know, that guy only has an issue with me. I don't know that like that's a blanket policy he has. I would be surprised if he has any policies whatsoever. It's a very, very ramshackle shop. It's fallen from, I don't want to say grace, but it used to be when his dad owned the shop and it was more of a sports card shop. Comic books were kind of the secondary thing. It was run very, very, very tightly, it felt like. Now it's like you can't get to long boxes to dig through comic books. There's just crap everywhere. I mean, the building's in not good shape, but that's, I'm sure rent and leasing, the lease is probably expensive. I get it. He's got way too much stuff crammed into way too small of a space. I get it. It's like if Kitchen Nightmares, if there was a comic book store Nightmares, that's interesting. If there was like some kind of comic book store nightmare kind of thing, this would be the prime candidate for it. So I'm really reluctant in case that his issues are just with me. If I was to go say something like, don't go to this comic book shop, and people really listen to that, I'd feel terrible. Now, for a large company that is sending me stuff incorrectly or damaged or not honoring their customer service promises that they've made to me, that kind of stuff, different story. And in some cases, I've even decided not to name those places because I'm not here to create drama. I don't want to create drama. It might happen, but it's never intentional. Nothing I do on this channel is done with the first intention of stirring up crap, getting clicks, any of that kind of stuff. I may think as I'm like formulating an idea for a video or whatever, like, oh, this is a really good video. People are going to like this. Man, this might be a popular video. That's usually kind of my train of thought, more than like, how can I get a lot of people to click on one of my videos? Not my first thought. And I think stirring up drama, naming places, just being super negative all the time, that is a good way to create drama. And I try to avoid that. Now, what I would do if I ever go to that shop again and talk to that person, I may consider recapping the events of like that conversation and saying like, okay, because that conversation would definitely include, hey, I made a video about this, or at least like that'd feel weird because I'd be presenting it kind of in a pretentious way if I said that, but it would be like it'd be above board, like, hey, just so you know, like I did a video about this. I kept it. I never mentioned your name. And do you have anything you want to say like on the record? Do you want to do an interview? Maybe I would consider doing something like that. I'm probably never going to, but it's possible. It's like a weird thing where it's like I do sort of want like a small bit of closure on that. Have a good night. Hopefully everything goes well. And that's kind of where I would be at with that. But in that case, I would consider maybe talking about it a little bit, but I don't think so. Now, if I find out more about it, I will definitely, with the information I have right now, that's my position. If that information changes, if I hear other stories from other customers, if people, because the thing is, nobody got ripped off. It wasn't like, it's not like he stole money from me or he like lied about the grade on books or false advertising about what was there, other than his hours of operation, because I wasted trips down there and he wasn't open. But that's something that happens at small businesses sometimes, right? So, and I would do everything I can to support small businesses by not blasting them publicly, unless I thought for sure that they needed to be. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm probably never going to do it. I have heard from several people since then that they've stopped going there over the years because of various issues. They're somewhat not like the no phone thing, but oh, he did this, this, and this. And it's like, yeah, he did that to me too, for sure. It's frustrating, but it was always frustrating. It was always disappointing, or like, it was never like I'm being ripped off. So here's the thing. The one thing that would be kind like I wouldn't do this either. I wouldn't do this. But part of me thought, like, I know a lot more about comic books now than I did then. I know a lot more obscure books or whatever. Because the thing is, I was using like Key Collector and looking at different stuff, right? Which I've done before and since at other comic book stores and never had an issue. But I thought about, like, I don't even need my phone. I could go in there and he acts like he's pulled all his keys, but I guarantee you there's stuff in there he doesn't know about. I just guarantee it. He's just not as knowledgeable about that stuff. And he doesn't want to find that knowledge. He doesn't want to be up to the minute on that stuff. And that's where all that comes from. You could say it's laziness. You could say it's like he feels like he doesn't have the time or whatever. But I thought about going there, just grabbing all of it and just being like, here you go, man. I'll buy these from you, and then I'll turn around and sell them for 10 times. I wouldn't do that, though. I was at a bargain bin day at my biggest LCS. The manager walked past someone going through a box as he was on his phone and said, "I'm not checking prices." Manager said, "Oh, I don't care. Do whatever. But you talking about that video?" They never said, "Oh, you're talking about Bronze's video." They didn't say that. I felt like it was your video. Yeah, I think I'm very humble about this stuff, like, because I don't have a big ego at all. People think I do. I really don't. But I think that's the biggest video out there about that. I haven't seen another one like it, and it's still my biggest video. Is that true? Oh God. I'm gonna have to leave soon. I want to play some Halo too for a little bit before I go to bed. By the way, I'm thinking about streaming games. Is that like on Twitch or on YouTube or whatever? Is that something, any interest there? How do you guys feel about that? Oh my gosh, we crossed 2.63 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers now. 2,634 is what I show on my end. That's cool. So I'm looking at my videos and I'm looking at uploads, sort by most popular. No, my most popular video now is top 10 comic books to buy in 2022 with 7,900 views. And my No Phones Allowed finally is not my top ranked video. That was for a long time at 7,500. Cool. That's awesome. All right. There are places it's better to, yes, that's how I felt. The instant that happened, I was like, I'm not coming back here. That's why I made the video, because that was such a profound feeling. Now, again, I may go back with the sole interest of interviewing the guy. Would be the real reason. I know this little fantasy about going in there and grabbing all the keys or whatever. I won't do it though. And by the way, we're talking like Drek from the 90s and 2000s, but like there's some Star Wars books in there, I bet, that like he doesn't know about or whatever, probably that kind of thing. But no like gold, but enough like, nuggets here and there that it might be worth it. But the only real reason I would actually go back would be to interview him or to kind of get his thoughts on things. So I understand why not giving it to us if it's not as big a story. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably a little bit behind. I just went over that. Exactly. New beefs to find, right? Like, let's go do some teabagging. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that, Mr. Tom. All right. So yeah, we're gonna wind it down, guys. I appreciate everybody hanging out here. It was a really weird stream. But why not? Hopefully somebody gets a kick out of this down the road. So I'll just wrap it up by saying thanks again to everybody for your support. I do appreciate it. And I'm just gonna wrap up. It's late. In the immortal words of Sychotron, there's Halo to play. So have a good night, everybody, and I will catch you in the next video. Until then, be kind to each other and be safe, and peace out.